For over 50 years, the Porsche 911 has stood as one of the most iconic sports cars globally. Known for its distinctive design, the 911 is synonymous with exceptional quality and performance. This overview highlights the evolution of the Porsche 911. Following the success of the 356, Porsche aimed to create a more powerful successor. The 911 retained the 356's fastback design, but replaced the four-cylinder engine with a more powerful rear-mounted six-cylinder boxer engine. Nearly 60 years after the first model was produced, over 1 million 911 models have been manufactured across 8 to 9 distinct generations. Each series of the 911 has its internal code number, but all are marketed and sold as the Porsche 911. The original Porsche 911 was unveiled in 1963 and was notable for its rear-mounted air-cooled engine. Replacing the Porsche 356, the 911 offered greater power, size, and comfort. It featured a 2-liter flat-six boxer engine capable of accelerating to 60 miles per hour in 9 seconds. While the production of the 356 ended in 1965, there remained significant demand for a four-cylinder car, particularly in the US, leading to the release of the 912 in the same year to bridge the gap. Initially, the 912 was not as fast as later models. It had a top speed of 116 miles per hour, whereas later versions, 911, could reach 134 miles per hour. Throughout its production cycle, Porsche continually enhanced the original 911, increasing the engine size from 2 to 2.4 liters and the output from 128 to 190 horsepower. In 1973, the Carrera 2.7 RS was introduced and is regarded by many collectors as the greatest classic 911. The name Carrera originates from the 3.6 Carrera, named after Porsche's victories in the Carrera Panamericana races in Mexico during the 1950s, while RS stands for Rennsport in German, meaning racing sport. The car featured a distinctive ducktail spoiler, the world's first rear spoiler on a production vehicle. The Carrera had a larger 2.7-liter engine, generating 210 horsepower. It was significantly faster than the original 911, with a top speed of 150 miles per hour. A total of 81,100 units of the original 911 model were produced. Interestingly, the original Porsche 911 was initially designated as the Porsche 901. However, Peugeot claimed exclusive rights to 3-number vehicle names with a 0 in the middle, prompting Porsche to replace the 0 with 1. In 1973, Porsche gave the 911 its first major makeover, producing the G model. This generation of the Porsche 911 remained in production from 1973 to 1989, longer than any other 911 generation. It featured a new raised bumper design with plastic bellows to meet the latest US crash test standards. In 1974, the first Porsche 911 Turbo was unveiled, marking a significant milestone in the 911's history with a 3-liter 260 horsepower engine and a large rear spoiler. At its introduction, the Turbo was the fastest production car available in Germany. Capable of reaching 156 miles per hour, later boosted to a top speed of 165 miles per hour. The G series proved very successful, with over 198,000 models produced. The next generation of the Porsche 911, the 964, debuted in the late 1980s. Although it retained the original look, it was extensively revised with 85% new components. For the first time, it featured 4-wheel drive, airbags, and automatic transmission. It came with a naturally aspirated 3.6-liter boxer engine and an output of 250 horsepower, capable of reaching 162 miles per hour. In total, 78,008 units of the Porsche 964 were produced. The 993 model, released in 1994, was the last generation of the 911 to feature an air-cooled engine. It boasted a different design and significant improvements over its predecessor. According to Porsche, only 20% of the parts on the 964 were retained in the 993 model. Significant progress was made in terms of driving experience. The 993 was also the first to receive a 6-speed transmission. The car was slightly faster than its predecessor, with a top speed of 168 miles per hour. However, the 993 GT2 was much faster, capable of reaching 184 miles per hour. It was the ultimate model of this generation and the fastest Porsche at the time, capable of accelerating to 60 miles per hour in an impressive 4 seconds. Only 57 GT2 units were produced. The 993 remains a favorite among Porsche enthusiasts due to its design and because it was the last generation with an air-cooled engine. Combined, a little over 67,500 Porsche 993 units were produced. Interestingly, all Porsche cars have been produced in the same factory in Stuttgart, Germany since 1963. In the 1990s, Porsche faced financial difficulties and realized that to keep the 911 in production, radical changes were needed. This led to the development of the 996. While it retained the classic character of the 911, it was a completely new car. The 996 was released in 1998 and was the first to feature a water-cooled engine. Inside, drivers experienced a new cockpit designed to enhance driving comfort. The 996 had a sleeker body and introduced controversial fried egg-shaped headlamps. Upon release, the 996 was available as a rear-wheel drive coupe or cabriolet, featuring a 3.4-liter flat-six engine capable of reaching 180 miles per hour, while the Turbo S version could achieve an impressive 197 miles per hour. In total, Porsche produced well over 179,000 units of the 996 generation. Interestingly, the Porsche 996 is featured in Pixar's animated movie Cars, represented by the character Sally. In 2004, Porsche unveiled the new generation Carrera models, referred to as the 997. It featured the same classic silhouette of the 911, but notably, the return of the clear oval headlights with separate blinkers found in older models, which many people preferred over the fried egg-shaped headlights of its predecessor. The base model Carrera featured a 3.6-liter boxer engine producing 325 horsepower, capable of reaching 180 miles per hour. The Carrera S was a slightly faster version with a larger 3.8-liter engine. In 2007, the GT2 was released, becoming the first 911 to exceed the 200 miles per hour top speed barrier. It was also the most expensive in the 997 range, initially sold for $245,000, while the base model was sold for $77,800. Porsche produced many versions of the 997 to suit drivers' individual preferences, including the Carrera, Targa, Cabriolet, Turbo, GTS, and many others. In total, a staggering 24 model variants of the 997 were made. This generation also became the most produced 911 model, with over 215,000 units built. The 991, released in 2011, marked a significant step in the history of the 911. The next generation set the bar even higher in terms of performance and efficiency. Although the 991 was larger than the 997, it was also lighter due to the predominant use of aluminum construction. The 991 Carrera model featured a smaller 3.4-liter engine, yet it was more powerful. To improve fuel economy, Porsche introduced new technologies such as an engine stop-start system that turns the engine off at red lights. At the base level, the Carrera model can reach 180 miles per hour. Over the years, Porsche continued to add new models to the 991 generation. To celebrate the 50th anniversary of the 911's introduction, Porsche released the 911 50th Anniversary Edition in 2014. A total of 1,963 units were made, available only to existing Porsche owners. In 2017, the 991 GT2 RS was unveiled at Xbox E3, coinciding with the announcement of the Forza Motorsport 7 video game, where players can drive the car featured on the game's cover. The sports car is a beast, accelerating from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 2.7 seconds, making it one of the quickest cars in the world. In 2017, Lars Kern set a new record with the GT2 RS at the Nürburgring Nordschleife, completing a lap in 6 minutes and 47 seconds. In 2021, Lars Kern beat his own record with the same car, which remains, at the time of writing, the record holder for the fastest production car lap time. The legendary race car is the fastest 911 ever made, with a top speed of 211 miles per hour. Only 1,000 units of this model were produced. Throughout its production run from 2011 to 2019, more than 233,000 units of the Porsche 991 were made, making it the most produced 911 model. Interestingly, the Porsche 911, across all its generations, is the most mass-produced sports car in the world, with over 1 million units produced over a period of 5 decades. Finally, the latest generation of the Porsche 911, the 992, released in 2019, continues the legacy of the Porsche 911. This model bears a strong resemblance to the outgoing 991 generation. However, like all generations of the 911, it is distinct, with several improvements in power and efficiency. The 992 Carrera has a top speed of 182 miles per hour, making it slightly faster than its predecessor. In 2020, the Turbo and Turbo S models were released, featuring a 3.7-liter flat-six engine with 641 horsepower. The Turbo S can accelerate to 60 miles per hour in just 2.5 seconds, with a top speed of 205 miles per hour. In 2021, the latest Porsche 911 was released, the 992 GT3 version. Unlike other models, the GT3 is more track-focused and features a large rear spoiler, larger air vents, a bigger diffuser, and 2 large exhaust outlets. The 992 GT3 recently set an impressive lap time at the Nürburgring, completing the circuit in 6 minutes and 55 seconds. Although not as fast as the Turbo S, the GT3 can still reach 199 miles per hour. In 2024, Porsche introduced several significant updates to the 911 lineup, focusing on eco-friendly design to support zero emissions, enhanced performance, and advanced technology. Porsche has refined the exterior design of the 911 with updates aimed at improving aerodynamics and performance. The new model-specific bumpers and integrated light strip provide a sportier look. The Carrera GTS models now feature larger 21-inch rear wheels and 20-inch front wheels, which enhance driving dynamics and traction. Additionally, all light functions are now integrated into the standard matrix LED headlights, allowing for larger cooling vents at the front. The Carrera models continue to offer options for rear-wheel or all-wheel drive and are available as coupe and cabriolet versions. The Carrera GTS models include adaptive front diffusers and enhanced cooling systems, optimizing performance during high-demand situations. These models are powered by a 3.0-liter twin-turbo flat-six engine, producing up to 473 horsepower. The Carrera GTS can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3.4 seconds and reach a top speed of 190 miles per hour. The 2024 model year also marks the introduction of hybrid technology to the 911 lineup. The new hybrid system, available in the turbo models, provides a significant boost in performance. The Turbo S, equipped with a 3.8-liter twin-turbo flat-six engine producing 640 horsepower, can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 2.5 seconds with a top speed of 205 miles per hour. This hybrid system adds an additional 45 kilowatts, 60 horsepower, from the electric motors, enhancing both power and efficiency. To celebrate the 60th anniversary of the 911, Porsche has introduced the limited edition 911 ST. This model combines the 518 horsepower engine from the GT3 RS with the chassis of the GT3 Touring package, offering a unique blend of high performance and heritage. This special edition underscores Porsche's commitment to innovation while honoring the legacy of the 911. From its introduction in 1963 to the latest generation released in 2019, and now with the 2024 models, Porsche continues to enhance the performance and character of the 911. The 2024 models, with their advanced technology and design improvements, ensure that the 911 remains a benchmark in the sports car world. Thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. As always, we appreciate your support.